Hey there, it's the King Vermeer here. This is, check it out. I don't actually have a picture, so I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but that is the first joke. That's the first stand-up comedy joke I ever wrote right there in its original 3x5 index format. Yes, so there's, like, up, you notice up in the corner, there's the category of jokes. And the reason why I give each joke a category is so that, you know, when I drop my cards and they go all over the place, I can easily take them and stick them back into to groupings along, you know, jokes that are of the same subject. Because usually when you tell jokes, you'll tell a string of jokes that are all in the same subject all in a row. And, you know, once I have them all in one subject grouped together, then I can flip through them and put them in the order. You know, I'll start off with one and then lead into another and so on and so forth. It's just an organizational thing, just to put your jokes into categories. So yeah, so this is my original joke, and because I was new when I made this, I actually didn't have a category back then. I actually wrote the joke and then added the category later, so you don't have to write the category and then the joke. You never know. You know, you might finish a joke and say, oh, well, this is really more like this, you know. But yes, this is from the stand-up category, because originally my jokes were all about stand-up comedy, because I was kind of basing them all off of this one joke. So the joke goes, my friend Brenda Partello is a stand-up comedian. She bet me I'd be good at stand-up comedy. So I thought I'd prove her wrong. Besides, I could use the $20. Or $20. Actually, it says, besides, I could use the $20 bucks. Is what it says. Because it's got the dollar signs, and then it says bucks. So it'd be $20 bucks. Yeah, so if I was going to rewrite this joke today, which often is the case, you'll have to rewrite a joke like 5 or 6 times before it's funny. So today what I would do is I'd do something along the lines of like this. I'd be like, so, you know, I never thought I'd be a stand-up comedian when I grew up. When I was a kid, you know, I had much bigger dreams. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a transformer. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. And no, I'm not talking about the electrical transformer on the power line. I'm talking like the cartoon, the Transformers, right? Because what more would a boy want to do than to grow up and to be a giant robot that transforms into a sports car, right? You know, like that is the dream of every child, you know. And we don't think about, oh, come on, which kid do you talk to who says, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. You know, I want to be an accountant. No. See, that's one of the harsh realities that we have to deal with in life, is that many times as we grow up, we learn to become disappointed, and that our childhood dreams are foolish fantasy at best. And really, all we really want to be on when we grow up is to not starve to death and die cold in the streets. So we'll pretty much end up doing whatever someone will pay us to. But yes, how did I become a stand-up comedian? You know, it's very interesting. Like I said, it was never my intention to be a stand-up comedian. I was down in LA and I was visiting my friend Brenda Partello, who's a stand-up comedian down there, and she was having a show, and you know, she was doing her stand-up comedy thing, and a bunch of other people were too. And you know how it is, you're at the stand-up comedy club and you're drinking and you're watching all these stand-up comedians, you know, crack jokes up on stage, and you're like, I'm funnier than those people are, you know. And before you know it, at the end of the night, there you are, you know, you're drinking beers and you're zipping banter back and forth with each other. So I was making jokes with Brenda and stuff like that. And you know, she turns to me and she says, you know, you're really funny. I bet you'd be a good stand-up comedian. Well, Yeah, I said, I'll take that bet. And let me tell you, she wasn't laughing when she had to hand over that $20. Ba-da-doo-doom! You know, so that's how you progress a joke over time. I don't really tell that joke very often anymore because it's more of a personal joke between friends, you know. But it's funny. It's funny, you know. You don't necessarily have to be me or Brenda to understand it. And whenever you're failing in some sort of story, you know, as a rule of thumb, you can always add to the end. And then I found $20, you know, and it just kind of it saves the whole, you know, the whole thing, because everybody can identify with that. Oh, $20! I like money. Ha ha ha! $20! I wish I had $20. You know, oh, free $20! Yay! You know, it's just it's one of those like primal monkey things. You know, like back in the day, like finding eucalyptus leaves or something we all share as part of our reptilian brain or monkey brain or something. We all have that desire to find $20. I don't know. But anyway, so there you go. There's The King Is Not Funny. 5 years of not being funny. All started off with this one joke. And that is Stand-Up Comedy 101 with Ken the King, a.k.a. The King Is Not Funny. Thank you very much for watching and listening.